Hello lovely folk and welcome back to my channel and to this collab video that I'm really excited to do with my new friend here on YouTube, Bia, from Bia and the Daily Things. I'm going to leave Bia's video, of course, for this collab video as well as her channel in the description box below for you. She is super adorable. Her channel is kind of new, but I've been really enjoying watching her videos because first of all, she seems to like shop the same kind of products that I'm drawn to. She does a lot of reviews, she talks about she does the Will I Buy It series, and I really think that her opinions are like very well argumented and she's just such a pleasure to listen to. And another advantage of Bia's channel is that just like me, Bia is also a European based vlogger, so she struggles with the same kind of things that I normally struggle with when we're trying to order makeup from the US. So it's kind of like this camaraderie between European based vloggers that we have. Bia is originally from Germany. She's currently based in Spain, where it's my understanding that ordering makeup is a really shitty procedure. I was under the impression that we here in the Netherlands are screwed over, but it seems like people in Spain are much more fucked. So anyway, let's move on from the usage of profanity and just move on to the topic of this video. So Bia and I had this idea to collaborate and we were wondering what to do exactly, and Bia suggested that we each talk about our top 5 European brands. And I feel like that made so much sense given that we are European-based vloggers, and you know, we want to give a shout out to all the lovely European brands that not always get a lot of love on YouTube. On the top of my list of European brands that I absolutely love is INGLOT. INGLOT is a Polish-based brand. It was originally started in Poland, and in the meantime it has grown quite a bit because I think INGLOT stores are available pretty worldwide. That being said, I feel like INGLOT still remains an underdog on YouTube. I'm actually planning on making a video where I talk more extensively about my experience with INGLOT, my INGLOT collection and my favorite products from them. I just wanted to say that I absolutely love most of the products that I have actually tried from INGLOT. I haven't tried everything that they offer, especially like powders, blushes, contours, that kind of thing, but I did used to have a foundation from them that I finished a really long time ago, and I just wanted to show you some of my favorite products from them, and those are obviously their eyeshadows. I have a ton of them. This is just one of my INGLOT palettes. They come in this very special hefty packaging that I'm not particularly fond of because it's incredibly heavy, but INGLOT makes a variety of very beautiful and colorful eyeshadows. They also have neutral eyeshadows. This is just one of my palettes, and just to give you an idea of how beautiful these shades are, let's just watch these two, for instance. So this is a beautiful forest green and this is like a lime chartreuse matte. These are matte eyeshadows. This is just one swipe, a very like quick and dirty swatch, and you can already see how beautifully it is applied. Another super favorite product of mine from INGLOT that I highly recommend to everyone is their gel liners, and these are just two of my absolute favorites. These are the AMC 74, which is a gorgeous warm purple shade, and another one which I obtained a little bit more recently, which is 63. It is a gorgeous pumpkin orange color. It looks like this. I absolutely love the formula of INGLOT's gel liners, and yes, they do dry out after a certain amount of time, but then you have my third and one of my most favorite products again from INGLOT, which is a Line, their mixing medium, which comes in this bottle. I've already gone through one of these bottles and it works magic if you have these two together, because this is not only good for turning any of your eyeshadows in liquid liners, but it's great at saving gel liners and like brow pomades and that kind of like cream products that have dried out. It gives them new life. Absolutely amazing. My second favorite European brand, and one that I recently actually did a video on, is KIKO. KIKO is an Italian-based brand. I think their full name is actually KIKO Milano, just to be completely specific. But KIKO is another European brand that I feel like is very underrated on YouTube, again, because none of the big YouTubers ever talks about it. I'm going to link up my video where I talked more extensively about my KIKO collection up in the cards here, so that we don't have to go into details. But just like with INGLOT, I feel like KIKO is also not a brand that is only exclusively found in Europe and European stores. I do think you can order things, or like they have stores also in the United States, but for some reason they're just not as popular as most other brands that you can find in Sephora. Just like INGLOT, KIKO has like their own stores, and I always really like walking into their stores because they're always very colorful and there are always a lot of types of products. I think the packaging of KIKO products is absolutely outstanding. I feel like that's something that definitely is lacking a little bit with INGLOT. INGLOT has very like simple, basic packaging. They're not about how the product is, you know, presented in terms of packaging. They're, I feel like, much more about the quality, which is maybe because they're more oriented towards professional makeup artists. I'm not sure, because of this whole freedom system where you can, you know, put things in a palette, make it custom and that kind of thing. Maybe that's one of the reasons that INGLOT is a little bit under the radar, because it's more targeted towards makeup professionals, but that's absolutely not the case for KIKO. KIKO is much more of a NYX type of brand. Let's say for me, KIKO is a little bit the European answer to NYX in terms of price and in terms of quality. And I have to say, I really like and enjoy KIKO products. Like I said, I'm not going to ramble too much about the products because I've already talked extensively about them in the video that I'm going to link up here, but I cannot not mention my absolute favorite product from them, and that is these KIKO long-lasting eyeshadow sticks. I have a bunch of them here. I highly recommend checking them out because they're absolutely beautiful quality. I don't actually think I've ever been truly disappointed in a KIKO product. Some of them are obviously better than others. I don't really use their eyeshadows much just because they sell a lot of singles, and I hate collecting single eyeshadows. So I've never tried their singles, I've never tried their eyeshadow palettes, but these loose types of products... Oh, another favorite that I would really like to mention. Well, excuse you. Another favorite product from them that I want to mention is the KIKO Extra Sculpt Volume Mascara. This is one of the best mascaras in my opinion on the market, especially in like the drugstore range, because it's inexpensive and it does magic to your lashes. And to complete the top tier, top 3 European based brands that I absolutely love, we have to talk about ZOEVA. ZOEVA is a German based brand that was started not too long ago, I want to say around 2013, 2014 or something like that. And the whole idea behind ZOEVA was, I think, to offer brushes of MAC quality, but at much more affordable prices, or at least that was the case when ZOEVA was founded, because when I started purchasing from ZOEVA I was mostly oriented and mostly interested in their brush sets. I have quite a few of their brush sets. They come in like a variety of different cute colors to them. Their brushes are absolutely outstanding quality as far as I'm concerned, because their whole brush sets, they come in these beautiful pouches. You get quite a few brushes in there for a pretty reasonable price. Of course, nowadays the market is so swamped with a variety of different brush brands and like sets and that kind of thing, so I think ZOEVA is no longer as special as they used to be, especially because in the last couple of years they've sort of increased their prices to a point where I feel like they're not all that different from MAC brushes anymore, especially if you buy them in singles. If you buy them in sets, they're still much more affordable. And I've talked about ZOEVA brushes quite a lot on my channel. They are always present in like my favorite brush videos. I've done, I think, separate reviews on quite a few of these brush sets, which, if I don't forget, I may leave in the description box below for you. But what I want to say is that I've had some of these sets of brushes for at least a good, I want to say 3.5 years. I am, let's not use a profanity, I am very crazy when it comes to washing your brushes. I wash mine with soap every time after I use them. Also because look at the crazy eye looks that I do. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to clean that shit with anything else? None of these brushes has gone down in quality since I bought them. Like, my oldest ones are starting to get a little bit stained. I don't know if you can see. This one, for instance, looks a little bit stained. This is goat hair. I've used it with a variety of very pigmented shades, and I have tried to get off the pigment from them, but unfortunately that's not always possible. So aside from this like mild staining of the bristles of the brush, I have not seen anything else in terms of like diminishing quality for these brushes. They remain soft, they don't change shape, they don't shed. The ferrules and the handles remain the same quality as when I bought them. Nothing has worn off in terms of size, as you can see. Beautiful, beautiful, highly recommended brushes. ZOEVA actually has a very extensive like makeup range now. They make eyeshadow palettes, and I do have one here which I neglect on a frequent basis. That is my Cocoa Blend palette, which looks like this. It's a beautiful, beautiful quality palette. I think this costs something in the range of 15 to 20 euros, so they're very inexpensive. Let's just swatch two of these, just to give you an idea of the quality. Look how beautiful this is. And their packaging is always very sleek and very beautiful and very compact. I think I also have a blush palette from them. I have one of their cream liners, which unfortunately has been discontinued, so I'm not going to show you because I'm just going to tease you with the beautiful cream liner that you can no longer get. But I feel like in the meantime they've expanded their range quite a bit and they're growing as a brand, and I would really like to see more people talk about their products, but I still feel like especially people in North America are a little bit reluctant to use their products because maybe you guys have a bit less access to their products, and I totally get that. I do think the ZOEVA website actually ships worldwide, and if anything I would recommend trying out their brushes because I think they're beautiful quality. The fourth brand I want to mention in this video is one that I've discovered very recently, and it's kind of a more on like the indie brand side, and it's not a brand that offers like a wide variety of different products. I think it's mostly eyeshadows, pigments. I've seen lipsticks on their website as well. I'm also not like super familiar with them. However, I want to give them a shout out because I feel like they're the European answer to Juvia's Place. So the brand that I'm talking about is Makeup Addiction Cosmetics, and I am going to link up here also my review of the two Makeup Addiction palettes that I have. Makeup Addiction Cosmetics is a UK-based brand, and they're also a black-owned brand. And I feel like the quality of their eyeshadows is pretty much on par with Juvia's Place quality. In terms of prices, I think they're maybe slightly more expensive than Juvia's Place just because everything is in pounds. But for us European customers, it's much more easy to obtain their eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like, let's swatch a couple of these beautiful shades here, just to give you an idea of the quality of these, because they're gorgeous. Look at those beautiful metallics. So Makeup Addiction Cosmetics, despite being a brand that I've discovered fairly recently, is now definitely in my top 5 of European-based brands that I'm really excited for, and I'm looking forward to their new releases, especially when it comes to eyeshadow and eyeshadow palettes. Now I want to finish off this top 5 of European makeup brands that I absolutely love with staple, I feel like, for any European, or like most Europeans, and that is Essence Cosmetics. Essence is also a brand that originates from Germany, and it's like very much drugstore brands. Their products are extremely inexpensive, and over the years I have tried quite a variety of their products. Not all of them have worked for me, and some of them I don't have anymore. For instance, I had a whole bunch of their long-lasting lipsticks, which I'm going to try to leave a picture somewhere here or here for you to just see how they look like. Beautiful lipsticks. Those were my first steps into experimenting with colorful lipsticks. I did declutter those because I kind of noticed that I never used them, and it was no point for me keeping them, but they're incredibly inexpensive and they're really good quality. One of them in particular was my go-to neutral color. It was called, I think, Natural Beauty, and I almost went through the whole thing. I loved that lipstick so much. I used to have their eyeshadow base, I used to use their blushes quite a bit. I think you've all heard about that pure nude highlighter that everyone was obsessing over. It is a really beautiful natural highlighter. I can't say that, let's see. I can't say this highlighter is my cup of tea just because it's a very natural highlighter, and I'm not about the natural and inconspicuous. However, I do really like using this highlighter on my Cupid's bow, because a lot of my other highlighters are very glittery, so when I use them on my Cupid's bow I always end up with like glitter mustache, which I believe I have today because I didn't use this highlighter. Major mistake. The two types of products that I have quite a lot of from Essence and I keep repurchasing are their long-lasting eyeliner pencils and their lip liners. I believe I went through a whole one of this shade here, the lip liners. This is the one in Femme Fatale. I went through a whole one of this a while back. It's just your basic red, but you know, if you're someone like me who has two left hands when it comes to lining your lips with a red lipstick, this is beautiful, and it costs, I want to say, €1. Or maybe even under €1. And I also have a bunch of their long-lasting eye pencils around. These two in particular, the brown one and the green one, Hot Chocolate and Have a Green. This is my second round of those. I've actually panned those, I've repurchased them, and I'm pretty sure, especially this brown one, I'll probably have to repurchase again soon, because I absolutely love it and I use it all the time. Look how beautiful and saturated. And just for shits and giggles, let's also swatch this one, because it's another one of my favorites, the Have a Green shade. Oh shit, I broke it. Whoopsie daisy. Went a bit too crazy there. So this is the other shade that I really enjoy from them. This is this gorgeous, gorgeous green. I will continue repurchasing these because just like the lip liners, they are, I think, under €1 or around €1. And they are beautifully pigmented, they're soft, they never tug on my eyes, and I absolutely love them. That pretty much concludes my top 5 of European-based brands that I really enjoy, and I just wanted to give a shout out and an honorable mention to one more brand. And the only reason I don't want to talk about this brand too much is because they only offer brushes, and the brand that I am talking about is Spectrum Collections. Spectrum Collections is another brand that I've made separate videos about, and I've mentioned in my favorite makeup brushes video, but they make synthetic brushes. They come in different sets in beautiful different colors. Their brushes are a little bit of a hit and miss. Some are really good and some are not that great, mostly in terms of like shape and the way they work, but I have to say that I really enjoy a bunch of their brushes. For instance, their B06 brush, which is their big fluffy blending brush, is one of my favorites. I have multiple of these. I have spoken about their highlighter brush, the A04, I think like a broken record for the past 2-3 years, or at least ever since I have this brush. This is one of the most perfect This is one of the most perfect brushes for the application of highlighter, because it just hugs your cheekbones like nobody's business. And I have to say, generally speaking, I'm very satisfied with the quality of their face brushes as well. For instance, I have 2 of these B2 brushes. They're sort of like a domed, very fluffy face type of brushes. I love those for application of cream contour, of cream bronzers, powder contours, powder blushes, you name it, I can find a use for this brush. This is one of the brushes that I always take with me when I travel for like multiple different types of uses, because I know that it will just always work. Thank you so much for wanting to collaborate with me, Bia, and thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Bia's video. I'm very curious which brands she picked and whether there's a lot of overlap there. Don't forget to let me know which your favorite European-based brands are. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already and you would like to see more content from yours truly. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!